What is happening, guys? So today we're recording Flea Friday video. This time we're having the K9 unit that we are reviewing. As you guys could see, I do have Max in the back right here, right there. There's Max just sitting, not bothering anybody, which is cool. And then close these so you guys could see. So this is the fleet. Not a lot of people have access to this vehicle, so if you become an FPS officer, you can't just automatically get the K9 unit. You have to go be certified, just like I was. Once you get certified, then you're officially allowed to patrol with it. You also get a specific badge number, FPS K1 or something like that, which basically means K9 unit. So with that, let's dive in. So first we're gonna do unlike the other ones, we're gonna start from inside out. So like any other DHS Explorer, the basic one, because we have 4 variants of these Explorers. We have the slick top, we have the regular unit, we have this one K9, and the unmarked unit. So the regular units have the Valor headlights. That's something a signature DHS is known for since V1. So with these lights, here's pattern 1. Those little tiny ones start going back and forth, and then they go faster. These are steady burning the whole time, and then these two at the end are just blinking. The reason why these are not blinking is because these are full-time traffic visors. If I do turn on the left, right, and so on, it disables these two right here. So it does that, and then when I turn it back off, they start blinking. So that's pattern 1, and the side markers as well. But pattern 2 is when these lights start blinking red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, and not back and forth, just red, blue, red, blue. These speed up, red, blue, and then just speed up the whole time. This whole light is on now, but it's like red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, and so on. Same thing at the bottom right here, and the side markers that they do have right there. So this is for 2. Pattern 3, this is like Christmas light, you could say. This one goes back and forth. These turn on. These ones were red and blue before, now they're just straight up white. Same goes for down here as well. Side markers, there's 2 of them now going back and forth of red, blue, red, blue. These now spin, so it's like it does that, and then these are, instead of like red, blue, now this is just red and this is just blue, and that's how you have pattern 3. Next up is the spotlight. So DHS has 1 spotlight on the left side. There are LED that you can use on a traffic stop and so on. After that, you have your takedowns. Only these are your takedowns, these tiny ones. They get pretty good area, but if you want like a whole area, you can turn on your floodlight, which is much brighter and gets a better distance. So let me turn on the floodlight. So the takedowns are only a small part, but if you do the floodlight, it takes up majority plus the grill, as you can see. So it has the top and the bottom, so this whole entire array of lights all light up. So let's say if you so some people were wondering, hey, what if I have my pattern 3s or 2s on while I have that on? They still stay on, so the takedowns override all the other ELS. Now if you do turn it off, it goes back to the original thing, but if you turn it back on, then it overrides it. Same thing for the takedowns, it only overrides the one that you need, and that's about it. The rest blink normal, and then that's it. That's for the next up is going to be the aux light. So this is something that's used a lot, that we do use usually when we're protecting buildings and so on. Kind of just, it gives it that feeling of a police presence at a scene or at an area, and it usually tells people, oh, don't mess with this area, there's a cop on duty. So the aux light usually gives it that sense of presence, like there's a police in the area, don't do anything. Don't do anything that's gonna get you in trouble. It usually scares people. That's why we usually turn it on where we're protecting government places, like for example the Capitol. That's places you would see the aux lights. The left alley right here is the same as always. It brights up the sides, and the right alley right there. So if we're looking for somebody, we're gonna have all of them on like this. And just like that, you just drive around looking for the person. If you do have them on and you turn this on, the whole front is going to be covered by your lights, and that only the back ones. So the left alley, the takedowns and everything, they override the ELS anytime you turn them on. So if you're driving like this, these won't be blinking no more. It would just be your takedowns and your left alley and your right alley, and the back is the only thing that's going to be blinking. So you can just straight up drive like this while you look for the person, and it's pretty good. It's pretty useful for a scene where you have somebody that got away. And it's pretty useful for somebody that got away, so you can just look for them and just light up an entire scene. And that's pretty much the floodlight, the left alley and the right alley. If you do want to turn on your left traffic visor or right, these light up while your ELS is still going, and it just helps clear the way pretty much. Next up is going to be the exterior. Now we just moved to the exterior. Actually, before we go there, the sirens are the same as all the other vehicles. Manual, whale down, whale, priority. That's pretty much our sirens. Now let's move to the front. So next up, we move to Max. So how do you control the dog? And this is something that people ask all the time. I did do a small review of this before, but I'll just go into depth. So the dog's in here. Now in a regular unit, the back seat turns into like the regular Explorer. You could sit in the back, but in here you can't sit in the back. So because the dog is there. That's Max right there sitting there. So you can't click on it. You can sit in the front, but you can't sit on the back. So if you do need to get the dog, you always have to get it from the left door, not the right door. The right door is useless. The right back door is useless. You click on the door, and then you get a tool, which is right here. It says Canine Handler. So to spawn the dog, you would click 1, and Max appears. So the limits of the dog is pretty much simple. You can pull it, you can let it go, and it follows you regularly, unless you send it to somewhere. Let's say if I want the dog to go to that stop sign, but this is too slow, and I tell it to go here, and I didn't unselect the thing, it will pull me all the way to that place. But so that means some people are wondering, oh, doesn't that slow the dog? If you do want it to chase somebody, what you do is simple. You basically, if you want it to chase somebody and you don't want the dog pulling you or you pulling the dog, you select somewhere and you let go of the tool, and the dog will just go there. So as you can see, it's going there and it's not bothering me. And when it goes there and it finds nothing, or it finds a bad guy and it's done with what it's doing, it comes back to you right away. So here's Max coming back, and it follows you. So it won't go back to the original spot. It will go to wherever you are because it's following you. So that's pretty much it. And then you could just turn into this and you just pull your dog and tell it where to go. Sometimes if you do select somebody and it senses the person is in the area still, it might like try to look for that person. Like it'll fight with you, like if you're trying to pull it away from a scene, and it really wants to find that person, attack, especially when we're around the prison. So when we arrest the person, it spawns them to the prison, but the dog thinks we're still looking for the person got away. So sometimes it would like try to head to the direction of the person we just arrested. But if you click on somewhere else, like let's say if it's following somebody that's in there and it like does this, and it's pulling you to that direction, like that, it does that, you just either pull away or click on somewhere else, and that would get the dog's attention away from the person that you just arrested. So another question that I did get a lot was, how do I put the dog back into the car? So to put it back into the car, you could put it anywhere. So if you're right here, you could put the dog back into the car right away with no problem by doing not control, just Q. You hit Q and the dog disappears from your tools. But for the sake of acting, you can just make the dog walk up to the door, and you just hit Q, and it makes it look like the dog entered the car by itself. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Flea Friday video. There's more coming soon. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video. With that, I'm out.